Hi, this is Katie with Carson's Nurseries, and this is our How To Friday. Today I'm going to show you guys how to prune and deadhead some common perennial flowers to help keep them looking their best through the season. Right here I've got a Salvia plant. This is going to be one of many plants in your mint or like related to your mint families. Some other plants that are in this family are like your bee balms, your catmints, etc, etc. It's still a little early season, but usually with anything in your mint family you're going to have to prune them back pretty heavy midsummer usually. This guy does definitely need a good deadhead. As you can see, it's not really shown as much of the color or anything anymore. What I do with these is you kind of will follow down and you'll see if you've got any new growth points or anything or new blooms. Like this one's got a newer bloom here, so I'm going to leave that. You take your pruners and you'll just kind of go down to right above that node. And then as you can see, what that'll do is that'll actually give more energy to these separate flowers. It will help to also encourage and produce more blooms as the plant grows. So I'm just gonna go through and check and see where each new little node of flowers is at. On this one right here, you can see this isn't really producing any new blooms, but we've got 2 new bloom spikes down here on the sides. So you're gonna come in here, again, just remove those. The mint family will pretty much just kind of like reset itself midsummer or so. The foliage will start to kind of look a little brown along the edges or will start yellowing towards the base of the plant, which this one is kind of starting to. You'll see a ton of fresh, brand new growth at the very base. So when that's the case, you will actually whack back the entire old stem, and then that will just give as much energy as possible to that new growth, and then within anywhere from a few weeks to a month or so, you're gonna have a whole new set of flowers. After you are done deadheading a plant, oh, I missed one. You are going to want to fertilize them. I suggest using maybe like a 10-10-10 fertilizer. That is going to give the plant the nitrogen and everything that it needs without giving it too much and potentially burning the plant. This guy right here, this is a plumbago. These guys will actually rebloom multiple times throughout the season, but as you can see, it's not looking too hot right now. Got a lot of good new growth and stuff towards the base here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and anywhere where I see new growth coming up like there, I'm just gonna prune that stem all the way back. This one doesn't have much, so I'm gonna take it further. Actually, this whole stem looks like it could probably go ahead and go because there's a lot of good new growth here at the base. What this will do too is it'll actually help promoting more even growth, making the plant look less leggy, less ugly. That guy is pretty much done. I'll fertilize him afterwards. This one right here, this is a little Columbine plant. We've got some really nice new flowers and stuff coming up here in the middle, so to give them the energy they need, I'm just gonna go ahead and take out this old stem. It's kind of going to seed right now. We don't really need it to produce a ton of seeds. Now all of that energy is gonna go back to that plant. Some of the plants that are going to be in your aster family, as well as the Coreopsis, are going to be Gaillardias, your coneflowers, daisies, of course asters and stuff are also in that family. Not all of these guys are going to necessarily need to be deadheaded in the season. The 2 that are going to need the most maintenance would be Coreopsis and probably Gaillardias. I've got a little Coreopsis right here. As you can tell, there's a lot of blooms here that need to be removed in order to give energy to producing new flowers. There's a lot of yellowing happening with this guy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down here as close to the base of the plant as you can get. You just go in and you whack it back. If you leave too much of the stem, for me personally, it kind of messes with the aesthetics. That way it's kind of hidden back behind the new and healthy, happy foliage of the plant. And if you do accidentally take off like a flower or some new buds or something, it's no issue for those plants at all. They reproduce flowers so fast. You'll have maybe like a week or 2 of there not being as many blooms before it totally flushes out again. That just kind of gives you a little spiffier looking of a plant, makes it a little better for, you know, the landscaped eye. Now the Gaillardias, on the other hand, they will reproduce a lot of flowers on the same stem. So you really will only want to take like the actual flower itself off. There'll be a little stub that'll be left over, but honestly, it will reproduce new flowers and new leaves and stuff, and it'll cover that up very quickly. Thank you guys for watching this week's How To Friday. If you have any questions about pruning your perennials, stop by Carson's and we'd be happy to help you out.